Hello to all the meeps and bubbles and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included Let's Play. In the last episode we mostly saved dupes and did some cleanup. Today's episode aims towards building our first DLC rocket, looking what happens if we deconstruct our bug refinery and the usual shenanigans. Before we start building the first DLC rocket, we have to take care of some important tasks. For example, taking Ruby back to the main colony. Come on, Ruby. Ruby arrived back at the main planetoid, which must be total hell for him because he's allergic and the whole base is full of germs. The good germs, fluorescent, but as you can see, sneezing already. Secondly, we need to start a production of stone hedges again. Because of all the glossy dracos that are produced in the last cycles for our ranches, we no longer have any stone hedges left that are not elderly like these here. So I'm going to throw out all the glossy draco eggs, remove them and replace them with the stone hedgelings. I want to activate the polluted water again, so that our metal refineries will have cooling and we can produce more steel that way. I'm going to set these to iron ore and to steel, but therefore we will need more lime. For the lime production I'm queuing up some commands right here. We have 725 kilograms of eggshells that we can turn into lime. Ruby finds a warm welcome in the base and gets the stress beaten out of him by the machine. Let's see what we got. A couple of pretty good dupes and shine nymph eggs. As you know, our shine nymphs died out, all of them, and we could use those shine nymphs which are radioactive to maybe get some seeds to mutate. So maybe I'm going to take in the shine nymph eggs and place them next to a plant. Here you can see I placed a bottle emptier to create a tiny liquid log, something like in the kitchen right here. Then we are going to place a farm tile and grow any plant that we want, throw in the shine bugs and see what happens. Maybe the radiation is enough to get the plant to mutate. Here you can see I placed the 3 shine nymph eggs that we have in there and a farm tile as well as a mealwood behind this water. So it can still be accessed, I hope, for delivering the dirt for the farm tile. So let's see if that mutates. I guess it should take 20 to 50 cycles before we even get any chance of seeing anything happen. The next smaller thing we have to take care of is the Slickster. We don't have much carbon dioxide in the base. As you can see, when I zoom out, all the carbon dioxide that we have is down here and in this room. So I'm going to place our Slickster in there before he dies. Here we go. I built a new stable and as you can see, a new storage bin where we place the Slickster eggs that we already have in. You can see Jean bringing the Slickster egg, and when Jean delivered the egg, come on Jean, we can drop it on the floor and deconstruct the storage bin, but we can leave it there for now. The Slickster can now be wrangled and brought to our other trader drop-off. I already set this priority to very low, so let's see if they auto-wrangle the Slickster. Very nice. Thank you, Frankie. After saving all the critters, we can get rid of this room. As you can see, there is still a mixed gas in there, but it is just tiny amounts of this. If we break these walls, this will get comprimated to maybe 1 tile or 2 tiles. Let's see. I have also noticed that I placed the transit tube in the wrong place. The transit tube should go in the middle and the ladder should go to the left. So we can have this in line with the wall. So let's deconstruct the whole transit tube, place down the ladder and then replace the transit tube system again. Because I can't make a time lapse out of the deconstruction from the tubes because it's way too vertical, we go to the plug slugs. This plug slug got stuck in our food storage, which we don't want, because if this plug slug eats anything, it will excrete hydrogen and decontaminate our food storage, which is at minus 42 degrees, so the hydrogen would cool down and freeze our water. We don't want that, so plug slug, you have to go, sadly. But don't worry, we have another plug slug up here. And there you can see the hydrogen that it excretes when it eats metal ore. The duplicants are super quick in deconstructing these transit tubes, so we can place the ladder to the left, made out of granite. Later I'm going to replace it with some plastic ladders, but right now we need the plastic for the transit tubes. I'm going to expand the ladders a little bit more vertically to our space biome, because I have an idea what we can do with the transit tubes. Ruby doesn't have a bed now, because if we build a bed right here, he will get the light from the ceiling. So maybe Ruby gets a single room for himself. Nice, more copper for the base. As much as I want more dupes that can help with the cleanup and building and everything, I don't think that my PC is going to handle that very well. Sadly, I need an upgrade first. So, copper ore? It is. Ruby now has the fanciest bedroom. Nice. The new ladder segments have been finished, so we can deconstruct the old ladder segments and replace it with the tubes. For the bigger build that I have planned, we will need some conveyor parts that I don't have access to yet. So we will need space research and therefore rockets. So we need the portable gases. In this area here, I'm going to place in some floors. The ladders have been deconstructed, so we can expand the transit tube system again. I increased the priority on the transit tube system because it is very important that the duplicants get fast anywhere. Steel production in the making. Also Draco. The old stable of the Slickster can be deconstructed as well. And the crude oil mopped up. As you can see, our second great hole doesn't have an auto sweeper in it, so our barbecue does not get picked up automatically. Let us fix that. I'm going to place the auto sweeper right here. This place can be reached, so we are going to take a conveyor loader, place it right there, check again, yep, and then some rails. Now that everything has been built, we just have to set this to all, and the sweeper should take care of the rest. This gets transported and should get dropped here and then sorted out automatically. Well, okay, the preserve it is. Hey, the research for the portable gases is done, so we can go for the advanced gas flow and the next one. I think we can get rid of this system now, because our carbon dioxide accumulated on a different place. Here, here, and way down here. I have just noticed that these four are out of line, as you can see here. These overlap on the end tiles and these do not. So I'm going to deconstruct them and place them in the right order. Hey, do you see our emergency system kicking in? That has to do with the mistake I did here. I cut a cable here without me realizing it. So let's replace that quickly. More briar seeds, very useful, thank you. I took the briar seeds and threw them in our recreation room. It does not look very fancy, but better than nothing. Let's start the research for the solid management. We need a lot of different research types for that. Here you can see our small experiment to get the mealwood to mutate. This is the radiation, it is only 33 reds per cycle. I guess we need at least 150, so we need more Nymphs. What do we have here? Nutrient bars. That is not very useful on this planetoid. So maybe we go to the other planetoid and print it there. Sand. Also useful for the other planetoid. And here we go. More salt water. Nice. More water. Nice. I was running low on coolant, so I breached into the slime biome. You can see the polluted water dropping down. That should be enough for the next couple of cycles. And some frozen water. Where did you guys appear from? I thought you were gone. Weird. Guys, if you have an idea where they did come from, just write it down in the comment section. Since we already have them, why not feed them? I think they eat phosphorite. If those are the regular Nymphs. Yes, they are. So let's see. Now that the critter feeder has been built, we can feed our Nymphs the correct food source. Shinebug, phosphorite, Nymph, phosphorite. Okay, done. Set this to 200 kilograms maybe and see how much they eat per cycle. 0.3 kilograms per cycle. That's not very much, so the 200 kilograms should last a while. If you haven't noticed already, I jumped ahead 20 cycles or so and let the duplicants just collect materials. As you can see here, there's way less material than before. These floors have been built and I ripped out the ladders and I collected all the debris that was lying here on the floor. Right beneath that, I created a vacuum and removed all the different gases, as well as here this pocket, so we can build there later. Because I was annoyed by the brine bottles laying on the floor everywhere, I just dumped them here. I also produced some steel and glass. I want an exit point for the transit tubes around here. I relocated the material study terminal upwards a couple of tiles, so we have space for our transit tubes. Also, where does the sunlight come from? Right here. At the moment it might seem like I'm over-constructing a simple exit point, but I have something in mind that I want to build in the future, so everything I'm building right now and planning ahead I don't have to do in the next episode. The heavy white wire that you see me building in the background is underneath the floor, so it doesn't affect the duplicants. What do we have here? Draglets or rust? We already have some draglets, so maybe the rust. While the duplicants are busy building our transit tube access points, I am going to build the insulated pipe that will transport our carbon dioxide for the carbon dioxide rocket that we will need later. Someone is suffocating, let's see. Mary. How did you do that, Mary? Maybe a ladder to save you right here should do the trick. Also, where's your atmosuit, Mary? Down in the lower parts of the base we can collect more carbon dioxide, so we can use it for the rockets later. I'm going to place 2 pumps right here and then connect them up like this. And just hook them up to the same system down here. Bridge it over, connect it to the power. And after they have built this, I'm going to close off this room. Mary, why are you sleeping on the floor again? Hungry, exhausted. Why are you exhausted? You have 0% stress. Mary, right here. No, still no stress. Here you can see the precious carbon dioxide being transported up to our infinite storage right here. And then we can loop it back around and feed it to our rockets. The shine bugs are growing beautifully, but they are feeling cramped. Let's try something. Let's see, so this shouldn't be a stable anymore, because we made the room way too big for it to be a stable here. But the shine nymphs should have enough room to reproduce and be happy. Idle, tame, groomed, happy and unreachable. Okay. The duplicants were idle again, but still not finishing the solar panel stuff, so I placed some more digging orders down here. Thimbleweed seed. Not really needed, but better than nothing. Here we go, the next floor can be vacuumed out. As you can see, it is almost purely carbon dioxide and a little bit of chlorine. But we could use that in our rockets. This time I'm placing 4 gas pumps because those 2 gas pumps need a really long time to get the rest out of the corners. So let's connect them up and then hook them up to the gas pipes. By the way, every time I try to focus on what I initially thought I would build, something comes up. Food, storage, duplicants trapped, you know the drill. What do we have here? Swamp charts and Devon. Devon is a good tidier dupe. Kind of useful, but I'm afraid for my FPS. Maybe later. Too quick. Deconstruct this. Let Ellie out. Stop being lazy, Ellie. Go back and build this. Or let Mary take over. Look what we have here. We have 1 mutated seed. Very nice. Maybe we should analyze that. Therefore we will need the Botanical analyzer. I guess it is this building. The Botanical analyzer has the right size to fit in this room, right next to our other research equipment. So maybe I'm going to deconstruct this and place it somewhere else. By the way, we have finally stocked up on stone hatches again. We have 8 critters in this one and 8 critters in this one. So our meat production should scale up with that too, because our food was sinking the last 20 cycles from 400,000 to 280,000. And we had to rely on that grisly pickled meal and mealwood. Let's deconstruct this and place it right here. Hook it up to the power grid and deconstruct this. Then we can place the Botanical analyzer right here after they deconstructed the plant. Come on. And also hook that up to the power grid. 2 kilowatts, but it is just hooked up to something that is never running, to the research station, and to stuff that only is running when duplicants are stressed. The reed fiber is getting sparse, so maybe we have to produce some reed fiber or shear some Dracos. To analyze the seed we will need improved farming too, so one of the duplicants has to get that. But I'm saving it for later and I'm concentrating on our rocket right now. I've just noticed that our oxygen has gotten pretty low. The only oxygen that is left is down here and the base is pretty thinned out. That's because our water source is empty and we have no water for the electrolyzers left. Therefore I will need maybe this water from our steam room and convert it to clean water and feed it to the electrolyzers. Let's do that right now. Deconstruct this pipe and that pipe, so the water will be routed this way. But before that we have to cut that tile here, place down a water sieve, better 2, but I guess 1 is enough. Hook it up to the system, deconstruct this, a little bit of power, and then it needs sand. Let's do that quickly, not as quickly as the deconstruction of this right now. Here we go. To recapture the water that is stored in our metal refineries, which is almost over 200 tons, I have an unconventional idea. I'm going to deconstruct this, build some tiles here. Until we reach the cold biome, I'm going to place some metal tiles right there and let the steam flow upwards, condensate and drop as water. Therefore, we will need a little bit more space here and here, maybe 2 more tiles, and tile this off. Lava eggs the second try, but we still don't have enough carbon dioxide to feed them for a long time. But I'm going to take the eggs, maybe we find something. Who is starving? Ruby, what is happening? Why are you starving? Ah, okay, Ruby's sneezing so much that he doesn't. Stop sneezing, go to the food. Oh, come on. Ruby's practically useless. Nice, the metal tiles have been built, so we can deconstruct our metal refineries and see what happens. Better save the game before that. Okay, now, deconstruct them and see what happens. I was a little bit angsty about this moment, but let's regain our water. We definitely need it. We have 700 kilogram of steam, 400, 100, 52. Yeah, let's see if this settles. I'm going to increase the condensation area by placing more granite tiles here on the right. Okay, this works perfectly fine. The steam condensates and we have a lot of water accumulating down here. The pump pumps 10 kilograms a second and the sieve converts 5 kilograms a second of water or polluted water to clean water. Therefore we can place another one right here, connect it up to the same power grid and split the pipes. And then just merge them right here. What do we have here? Salt water. Why not? Our duplicants already built the transit tube exit points. Now we need some atmosuit docks, the atmosuit checkpoint. Then we need to hook up the gas pipes to our system, deconstruct some old pipes, and then finally hook it up to our power grid via power transformer right here. What do we have here? More plastic. Well, why not? The maintenance floor is being built and the heavy watt wire being constructed as well. How did our duplicants get burned? Oh, there's the culprit. There's scalding hot copper. Maybe the duplicants got the copper from down in the magma biome and carried it up here, and it heated up the hydrogen that you can see. The hydrogen is so hot now that the duplicants get burned when they walk around. And maybe the glass has to do something with that too. Come on, bird, let's get out there. Let's put in some background tiles here and here, so that the duplicants have more to do and stop being idle again. Ruby, seriously. They will probably not finish this tile before Ruby dies. So, escape plan. Ruby, you too. This is for your personal safety. Okay, done. A whole cycle later, we are this far, we have built the gas vent and we now have an atmosphere there. Look what's printing, gold amalgam. Nice. So, why did I do what I did here? I wanted the access points to be accessible for the duplicants. I want a lot of atmosuit docks, but the power transformer was not in an atmosphere, so there was no heat transfer, and it burned down a couple of times. I guess 2 times, you just saw one. Then, the drywall prevents the gas from escaping on all the tiles that are vacuum behind them. Here it is not necessary, but just prettier. Now we can finally place down some rockets. Let's see, rocket platform right here, maybe second one next to that. Back to our atmosuit system. I want to fill them up at the same time and not in sequence like I did here. So therefore let's deconstruct this and make it quickly so our duplicants can keep on working on the rockets. Harold, what are you waiting for? Go through the freaking door, do something. Finally useful duplicants, so let's build a new rocket. Let's start with the carbon dioxide engine. Tiny rocket for research. Made out of copper, that's fine. The battery module, made out of copper as well. And a nose cone. That should be enough for our first tiny rocket. And some ladders. Food has decayed. No, what happened? Where? Oh, not in there. Okay, it hasn't off-gassed yet, so we still have time to save our food storage. Set a priority to high and get rid of the rotten meal ice. The duplicants probably delivered something that was on the brink of turning bad. Back to our rocket. No, back to the rocket. Too little. Nice, we got our first rocket, the Progress Saturn 14. Not my personal choice, but better than nothing. So, let's see how this works. We have a gas inlet. Yeah, carbon dioxide engine makes sense. Then we hook it up to the pipe that we already prepared, because I thought we would need it. Then, after that, we probably need power. Battery module has a socket, yes, right? We hooked it up and I'm pressing play again, and let's see what else we need. We have the Spacefarer nose cone. Then we will need the research module stations, and it is this one. Pretty big. I think I have an idea. He just disappeared. Okay. I'm going to build a manual generator because I want the material that I would need to build one inside of here. Also, I need a duplicate that is able to operate this, and this needs plastic. Okay, the research station also runs on plastic on 5 kilograms per research point. So we will need a lot of plastic in here. Let's drop some plastic in there via a storage bin. We also probably need an atmosphere because it's a vacuum, so our duplicate doesn't die. Let's do that by placing one of those canister emptiers in here. Okay, outside of the rocket, these seem to be unreachable. So let's build them like this. And the power cable, same thing. Cancel those two. And Mary's also bring some plastic. I like how they teleport away and just appear out of nothing. Cables, okay, we need some cables. I just clicked through the rocketry tab and found a power outlet fitting. So let's see what this does. Apparently it can be placed in different orientations, so let's place it right there. I guess that this is the socket that connects the outside power from our battery to the inside of the rocket. Yeah, probably. Already filling up, very nice. Why is the carbon dioxide not filling up? Because I haven't activated it, right. Here at our infinite gas storage, we accumulated enough carbon dioxide, combined around 520 kilograms. Now we just need to construct the last missing tile, activate a switch, and then everything should be fine. Nothing happens at the moment. There must be something that's blocking the pipes. So let's take a quick look. Nothing here. Everything is... there it is. Okay, let's quickly reroute the pipe, and then the carbon dioxide should get delivered to the rocket. That seemed to do the trick. Now the carbon dioxide will be transported up to our rocket. Guys, good, we checked that I hooked it up to the wrong pipe. Let's quickly do that right. There we go. What is overheated again? The power transformer again? We got another overheated power transformer because I placed them in the wrong spot. Let's place it right here and hook up the cable again. This can be deconstructed. This can be deconstructed. Do not repair this and do that quickly. Not you. And here comes the gas. And filling up our rocket. The power is running again, and this time it is in an atmosphere. Yep, minus 18 degrees. The duplicates seem to get lazy again, so let's give them something to do. Back to the rocket. So what do we have? We have a refrigerator that should store our best food. Probably barbecue, but only 4 kilograms, that should be enough. Then we need a orbital research dupe, and we need to store some oxygen. We have a lot of oxygen bottles laying around the base. We have oxygen here, 400 kilograms, because of our atmosuit dock that was here before. We have over 700 kilograms of oxygen right here, and nothing down here so far. For the rocket, we will also need plastic. So let's see, manufactured material, plastic, and we want around, let's say, 3000 kilograms. The plastic has been delivered, so we can deconstruct this right now. We need more food. That is still fresh, great. And I want another battery. Rowan, you don't need to run on that right now. No, stop it. Disable the building for now. Also, I need to deconstruct this probably. But I want the material in there. That is important. Let's check the oxygen. We have only 3 kilograms. No, I want this to be highly overpressured so we don't have to care about it. Our duplicant will not find that very comfortable. But it is necessary so he or she doesn't suffocate to death. Let's build that thing again. And then we can deconstruct this and place a mess table in here. Maybe make it a little bit nicer. I think we are done here. This is our rocket. We just have to wait for the canister emptier to do its job. And we will be back later with a duplicate that can research and pilot that thing. Look what's printing. I thought about it, and even though Ren has deep thoughts about existence, we take the seats. So, who do we have here that we can send away? I checked Harold, because Harold was our researcher dupe, but he does not have orbital research. But we could give it to him. Or we check Rowan, who was supposed to be our pilot, but Rowan only has 4 skill points, so we could make him our orbital researcher. He would only need around 13 morale, and he gets 8 from food. He will be a little bit stressed, but that is okay. Let's send in Rowan. All that is left to do is click on the crew tab down here, look for Rowan and set him as our pilot. Then we just have to choose a location where we want to fly to, click on the hexagon, and then we can send off the rocket. Let's go here. Yes, here. Nice. And off he goes. Ooh, that has a lot of carbon dioxide. Nice. Okay. I understand. Maybe you can reuse that. We place a pump here and then just recycle it. Back to Rowan. He's already at it. Very nice. I read that you can deactivate the rocket control station so he doesn't run back and forth all the time. I'm just going to do that right now. Disable this building. And I forgot about the canister emptier. Well, let's see when it's empty, deconstruct it and place a mess table there. But for now, we can let Rowan do his thing. This is super cute. By the way, I let Rowan keep his atmosuit so he can use up the oxygen in the atmosuit before using up the oxygen that we placed in the rocket. And maybe he will probably soil his suit and it's gonna be a mess, but we're gonna live with that. There's only so much space in there. Holy moly, Nisbet, why are you so slow? The duplicates were lazing around again, so I gave them more tiles to build. Like here, background tiles. In order to get a couple more frames back, I'm vacuuming out this area right here. We can also regain the material that we used for the pipes and the pumps, as well as the cables from the floors below that. Let's check what Rowan is doing. Rowan seems to be out of breath, so unequip the suit. Yeah, I thought so. Get rid of the mess. Get rid of the mess. Thank you. And he's out of power, that's what I expected. That's why I placed in enough materials to build a manual generator. Now we can also deconstruct the canister emptier and give Rowan a mess table. If this is made out of material that the mess table can be built from. I guess this will take a while. Rowan, nice to see your hair again. He probably is not very happy, he popped eardrums and stuff. Yeah, 16% stress for Rowan. Let's see, iron. Come on, I need iron ore, not pure iron. That is not helpful. Well, okay, I did not prepare as good as I could have. I could build Rowan a bed. I think that should be enough. I planned for him to sleep on the floor. Guys, you know what? I guess it is quicker if we just land this again, refill it, place more batteries on top of the rocket, and then send Rowan up again. What he's doing right now, this is not working. Deconstruct this. We have a little bit power, so he can research it a little bit again, but this is taking too long. Let's go for the high velocity transport and then the high velocity destruction. Yeah, there he's working again. And peeing himself, well, I expected that. Rowan got idle again, because we don't have power anymore. And you can see he looks very unhappy. Maybe it's time to bring him back down. So, how exactly do I do that? Let's see if we can land it from the platform. Land here. Okay, that was easy. Nice, we didn't even need that pilot seat. Rowan, you can come out now. Let's see, I want one more battery module or a couple more. Oh, we could place a solar panel module on there. That may be useful. Just a battery module for now. And then let's see. So I just checked the rocket and it says, when I press on the carbon dioxide engine, that we have a module burden of 3, a power of 20 and a maximum height of 10. So let's see, right now we are at 9 tiles, so we have one more tile. Maybe we can build something in between. Let's check. Oh, that is nice. The solar panel is only 1 tile high. So we place a solar panel somewhere. I think it doesn't matter. Ah, okay. It does matter for our cable. Back at the base, let's regain some materials by deconstructing everything that is in here. is not very smart. Let's go for the seed. I forgot about the Slickster eggs. Now I have tiny Slickster larvae. Okay, and a little bit of crude oil. That is cute. Remember to set the crew back to all so the duplicants can come in and build the stuff that you want to build. Here you can see me prepare the rocket for the next flight of Rowan, so he can research again, but this time he will get a bed. In order to supply the rocket with more oxygen, I place the second one of those bubble empties in there. The next vacuum is done, so we can go for the next one, but this time I remember this. Yeah. Look what we got here. Water. We need that right now. We have idle duplicants again, so more digging. In the back you can see me catching the little buggers and placing them on the down part of our power shaft. Sadly my PC recorded the way it shouldn't have and didn't record the way it should have, so the only recording of that is what you can see right now. You can also see that I built a lot more atmosuit docks down here. It is time for Rowan to go on another orbit trip, so let's send him off and he can research again. There he is already. Let's see. You can stop that now. Disable the building and start researching. Nice. More shy nymphs, why not? I think the Glasforge needs to go to a different place now, because we have an atmosphere in the old place and no more atmosuit docks. That means it is getting way too hot there. So let's do something like this and that. Rowan is getting thin on oxygen again, so we take off his suit. And he soiled himself. Are you done researching again? Yeah, you're very quick. Then research this. There we go. Guys, we have another emergency already. Here we go, polluted oxygen in our clean food storage. Something must have gotten in there that was already almost at rotten point and didn't have the time to cool down. As you can see, everything else is cooled, but probably it came in almost rotten. So we have to deconstruct some tiles, to conveyor chute, and place some tiles in there, make it a vacuum again. First this, then this, and then this. Then we can deconstruct this one, and this one. No, what did you do? Bird! Did you destroy the water? Okay, now we have to replace the water again. We need a 3 tile high space for that. I'm going to use this. I hope this was your place, bird. Drop some water. Mop it up here. Deconstruct it. Replace what we deconstructed before. Deconstruct this one. And then rebuild the drop chute. And there we go. We have a fresh food storage again. And some of the food is heated up. No, that's a fresh food. Okay, we're clean. So everyone, after getting Rowan back from his journey, we can end it here for the day. I want to thank you so much for sticking around and watching my content. And if you want to support me, you can consider pressing the like button. Have a nice day. Love you guys and Luma out.